guys, welcome back to our channel, and today we are going to review our next movie. And next movie is uh, the American Graffiti that came in 1973. And in this video today we are talk about its fact. We will review this movie and we will analyze this movie. So let's go for it. Let's start with introduction. American Graffiti, directed by George Lucas in 1973, is widely regarded as one of the most influential coming-of-age films in American cinema. It captures the youthful spirit of the early 1960s, focusing on teenage life, friendship, and the quest for identity. The film's nostalgic tone, authentic period detail, and memorable soundtrack have cemented its place in film history. And if we talk about plot, some set over a single summer night in 1962, Modesto, California, America, Graffiti follows a group of teenagers as they navigate the last night of their high school summer before college and adulthood. The film intertwines multiple storylines involving Kurt Henderson, a shy, introspective young man contemplating leaving his small town for college in the East. Steve Bollinger, Ron Howard, Kurt's confident best friend, preparing to leave town for college, and John Milner, Paul Nemath, the cool, rebellious street racer, Terry the Toad, Charles Smith, a comic, awkward friend trying to impress girls, and Laurie Cindy Williams, Steve's girlfriend who is unsure about their future, and Carol McRae Phillips, a flirty girl who has a crush on Steve, and Joan Forback, Eddie's and the nerdy self-absorbed friend, and Bob Alpha Harrison Ford, a mysterious, rebellious outsider who chases Steve Throughout the night, the character confronts issues of identity, love, peer pressure, and change, culminating in moments that highlight the innocence and joys of youth. And if we talk about themes and analysis, nostalgia and cultural reflection, the film is nostalgic ode to the early 1960s, capturing the cultural atmosphere, fashion, music, and social dynamics of the era. It's a reflection of innocence, freedom, and transition from adolescence to adulthood. If we talk about coming of age and transition, American Graffiti explores themes of change, leaving behind youth, and the uncertainty of the future. Characters grapple with their identities and the impending responsibility of adulthood. If we talk about friendship and romance, the film emphasizes the importance of friendship and romantic relationship, highlighting both their fleeting and enduring qualities in freedom and rebellion. If we talk about characters like John Milner and Bob Alpha embody rebellious spirits, challenging authority and social expectation. If we talk about cinematic style and techniques, George Lucas' direction is notable for its naturalistic approach capturing authentic dialogue and teenage behavior. The film is shot in a documentary style with handheld camera work and spontaneous interaction that and realism. The soundtrack, featuring hits like Rock Around the Clock and Surfing Safari, immerses viewers in the era's musical landscape, acting as a vital narrative device. If we talk about cultural impact and legacy, revitalization of teen films, American Graffiti helped shape the teen film genre, inspiring subsequent movies like Dazed and Confused and Fast Times. It didn't want high in the box office and critical reception. The film was a massive commercial success, crossing over 140 million on a modest budget of around uh, $7 lakh and critical praised its authenticity, humor, and nostalgic charm. And if you talk about Oscar nomination and awards, it received five Academy Awards nominations, including Best Picture and one for Best Original Screenplay. George Lucas and Willard Hugh. And if we talk about the influence on culture, the film's iconic scenes, characters, and soundtrack have been ingrained in American pop culture. Its portrayal of teenage life remains influential. If we talk about facts and trivia, first we talk about directorial depth. American Graffiti was George Lucas's feature film directing debut and is considered a major breakthrough in his career. If we talk about casting breakthroughs, Harrison Ford's role as Bob Alpha was one of his early major appearances before Star Wars catapulted him to superstardom. And if we talk about budget and profit made on tight budget, it became one of the highest grossing film of 1973, earning over 140 million worldwide. And if you talk about inspiration, Lucas based the film on his own teenage experience in Modesto, California, and used real locations for filming. And if we talk about authentic period details, the film costumes, design, cars, and music authentically evoke the early 1960s. Lucas' attention to detail contributed greatly to its nostalgic appeal. If we talk about soundtrack impact, the soundtrack featuring classic rock and roll hits became a bestseller and helped revive interest in 50s and 60s rock music. If we talk about casting secrets, many of the young actors were relatively unknown or had minor roles before American Graffiti. If we talk about iconic cars, the film features numerous classic cars of the era, symbolizing freedom and rebellion. If we talk especially Miller's yellow Dreyfuss coupe. And if we talk about cultural references, the film references real events and trends of the era, such as the rise of hot rodding and beach culture. If we talk about legacy and re-release, the film has been re-released multiple times, often in anniversary editions, and maintaining its status as a cultural touchstone. If we talk about influence and critical reception, if we talk about Rotten Tomatoes, 96% certified fresh, and Metacritic 89 out of 100, and audience ratings consistently high with many viewers citing it as their favorite nostalgic film, and critics praised its authentic portrayal of youth, sharp dialogue, and nostalgic soundtrack. Some noted that its light-hearted tone was deeper themes of change and loss. And if we talk about modern relevance, American Graffiti continues to influence filmmakers and audience. Its depiction of teenage life, music, and cars has become emblematic of American youth culture of the early 1960s. It helped stabilizes the teen movie as a legitimate genre and remains a cultural touchstone for understanding that era. It about conclusion, American Graffiti is a timeless classic that masterfully captures the essence of youth, its joys, fears, and inevitably changes. George Lucas's debut film is both a nostalgic celebration and a poignant meditation on growing up. Its enduring popularity testifies to its universal themes and authentic storytelling. Whether viewed as a nostalgic trip or a culturally significant film, American Graffiti offers a window into a pivotal moment in American history and a reflection on the universal experience of adolescence. So it was the review of this movie. Let's go for more review of it. While it's loading, I think I have put my headphones on. It will take a little time, so please wait. The ultimate depth review and compilation for American Graffiti 1973. If we talk about introduction, cultural milestone in American cinema. If we talk about American Graffiti 1973, directed by George Lucas. Examiner that captures the innocence, rebellion, the brilliant cultural landscape of early 1960s America. It's widely regarded as one of the greatest coming of his films ever made, praised for its authentic portrayal of teenage life, its nostalgic tone, and its influence on the genre. The film is not just a nostalgic look back at a specific time period, but also profound meditation on change, friendship, love, and the fleeting nature of youth. Its impact on cinematic history is profound, inspiring countless filmmakers and becoming a cultural touchstone that continues to resonate with audience decades after its release. It got comprehensive plot breakdown, American Graffiti unfolds over a single summer night in 1962. The fictional town of Modest, California weaves together multiple interconnected stories capturing hopes, peace, and adventures of teenagers on the cusp of adulthood. It our main character and their journey. Kurt Anderson, Richard Dreyfuss, an introspective, shy teenager contemplating living to his small town for college. He struggles with the fear of change and fear desire to stay true to himself. It awkward Steve Ballender, Ron Howard, Kurt's confident best friend preparing to leave for college. His torn between his ambitions and his feeling for Lori. Lori is Cindy Williams, Steve's girlfriend, who is unsure of future and whether she wants to follow Steve or stay in her hometown. Toward John Milner, Paul Lemons, and various street racer embody the spirit of freedom and defiance. Terry the Toad, Charles Martin Smith, a goofy, awkward friend trying to impress girls and find his place. Carol McKenzie Phillips, a flirting girl with a crush on Steve. Tommy John for Pack, Eddie Dazens, the self-absorbed nerdy friend who often provides comic relief to Bob Valparaiso for the mysterious, rebellious outsider who becomes a rival to Steve in a high-speed car chase. Toward key events and teams, youthful rebellion, Miller's street racing and Bob's Palpa's wild car chase exemplify youthful rebellion and desire to break free from social constraints. After love and heartbreak, Steve's relationship with Lori faces uncertainty, highlighting the bittersweet nature of young love. talk about friendship and loyalty. The bond among friend is tested and strengthened throughout the night. Transition and change character confronts the reality that adolescence is ending and adulthood is approaching rapidly. We talk about climactic moments will also face with Bhopal as culminates in a high-speed showdown, symbolizing the rebellious spirit of youth. Talk about streets, night-long chase and eventual confrontation with Kalbasa as a metaphor for the pursuit of freedom. The final scene depicts the character's reflection on the youthful adventures, emphasizing nostalgia and inevitable change. Our deep thematic analysis, nostalgia and cultural reflection. The film's nostalgia tone is crafted through its period-specific music, costumes, cars, and language. It celebrates the early 1960s American youth culture, including hot rodding driven in movies and shock of the soundtrack featuring hits like Rock Around the Clock, Surfing Safari, and Good Loving immerses viewers in the era's musical landscape. Talk about coming of age and transition. American Graffiti for United explores the bittersweet transition from adolescence to adulthood. The character experience embody the universal tension between holding onto youthful innocence and embracing change. Talk about friendship and romance. The film underscores the importance of friendship as a support system that reflecting nature of teenage romance presents love as both exhilarating and transient, capturing the innocence of first kisses and heartbreak. We talk about rebellion and freedom. We talk about characters like Miller and Palmer symbolize youthful rebellion against authority and social expectations. Their courageous and reckless behavior emphasizes the desire for expression. We talk about identity and self-discovery throughout the night. Character people with questions of who they are and who they want to become calls introspection. If you talk about identity and self-discovery throughout the night, character grapple with questions of who they are, who they want to become, cause introspection about living and staying, strange aspiration and rebellious attitude are reflect the search for personal identity. We talk about the feminine nature of youth. The film stated American society reflects the transient fleeting moment of youth, like graffiti on the wall, ephemeral and easily erased by the passage of time. If we talk about dramatic techniques and artistic style, George Lucas likes moonlight and naturalistic style, emphasizing realism and authenticity. To talk about handheld camera work, it's a documentary like capturing spontaneous teenage interaction. Authentic location, filmed on location, modest to California, giving the film a genuine sense of place of period. Accurate details, costumes, cars, and props authentically evoke the early 1960s. If you talk about lighting and color, bright and natural lighting means nostalgic tone. If you talk about editing and pushing the film's episodic narrative flows smoothly, mimicking the unpredictable nature of a night out. The film's soundtrack is integrated expertly with the music, not just a background but as a narrative device that underscores emotional beats. If we talk about historical and cultural context, American Graffiti was made during a period of cultural upheaval in America just before the Vietnam War escalation and consequences, movement of the mid-60s, it captures every bit less pre-hippie America, reflecting the innocence before social upheaval. It also marked a turning point in Hollywood, demonstrating that film centered on youth could be commercially successful and critically acclaimed. Our production details and behind the scene facts, development and inspiration. George Lucas drew from his own teenage experience in Modest, California. He wanted to create an authentic portrait of teenage life and nostalgia for his youth. Our development in special journey was still from music, teenage experience in Modest to we wanted to create an authentic portrait of teenage life and nostalgia for his youth. If we talk about casting and performances, Harrison Ford's role as Wallpapa was one of his early notable appearance before Star Wars. Richard Dreyfuss's portrayal of Kurt earned widespread acclaim. We talk about many cast members who are brilliantly unknown or had minor roles before the film's release. We talk about film actresses. The film was shot on location on 28 days in Modest. Cars use real cars and teenage from the area to enhance authenticity. The film budget was approximately 7 lakh dollars, making it a low budget independent project that became a blockbuster hit. We talk about music and sounding. The soundtrack really confidently became the best-selling songs like Rock Around the Clock and Louie Louie and became the latest in early rock and roll. Talk about script and editing. Lucas co-wrote the screenplay with Elliot Hugh and Victoria Price, emphasizing authentic dialogue and teenage chronicle, and the ending processing or crafting an episode structure that capture the nice flow. Talk about critical and commercial reception. Box office over 140 million worldwide, making it one of the top grossing films of 1973. Talk about critical response is highly positive, praised for its authenticity, humor, and nostalgic charm. Awards nominated for 5 Oscar winning for Best Original Screenplay, Double Legacy and Influence. American Graffiti performed influenced the teen film element, despite later classics like Days and Confused Pastime. It's want high-end superware. Its nostalgic portrayal of youth and music set a template for future films. It also helped stabilize George Lucas as a major filmmaker. It also helped stabilize George Lucas as a major filmmaker, leading to the creation of Star Wars. The film direction of teenage like immense advancement for authenticity, and its soundtrack continue to be celebrated. Talk about interesting triangulation on acts. Our title origin the phrase our title origin the phrase American Graffiti was inspired by graffiti scene or walls during Lucas' youthful video broadcasting secrets. Harrison Ford was covered cars as symbol. The cars in the film are meticulously chosen and symbolizes the character's personality and desire. Drawing location. Filming took place in actual Modesto location including local drive-ins and streets. If we talk about budget and profitable, the film budget and massive box This success made it a prime example of independent filmmaking. Trim, if you talk about cultural references, the film references real events, trends, and social attitudes of 1962 America, such as the hot rod culture and drive-in theaters. If you talk about legacy in pop culture, seen from the film, especially the car races and dance scenes, are iconic and frequently referenced in popular media, re-release and anniversary editions. The film has been restored and re-released multiple times, maintaining its popularity across generations. Talk about cultural reference, the film's references real events, trends, and social attitudes of 1962 America, such as the hot rod culture and drive-in theaters. Our legacy in pop culture scenes from the film, especially the car races and the dance scenes, are iconic and frequently referenced in popular media, re-release and anniversary edition. Taga re-release and anniversary edition. The film has been restored and re-released multiple times, maintaining its popularity across generations. The word conclusion: why American graffiti? India's American graffiti is more than a nostalgic back. It's a universal history of growth, friendship, and the bittersweet passage of time. It's authentic portrait of teenage life combined with its memorable soundtrack, iconic cast, and relatable characters ensure its place in cinematic history. The film remains a testament to the power of storytelling that captures the essence of a generation, and it continues to inspire filmmakers and audience alike. Talk about more. If you talk about the definitive in-depth analysis and complete fact on American Graffiti 1973 production on American concern. Just about American Graffiti is not merely a film, it's a cultural phenomenon that encapsulates the innocence, rebellion, and nostalgia of early 1960s America. Released in 1916, directed and written by George Lucas. The film became a monumental success, both critically and commercially. Still legends as a cornerstones of American cinema and influencing countless films and pop culture for decades. This is following masterpiece offers an authentic art film snapshot of teenager life. This stage views and fleeting moments of youth that resonate across generations. Its impact extends beyond entertainment. Its reflection of American social attitude, fashion, music, and the universal experience of growing up. A deep dive into the plot and narrative structure. It covered American Graffiti unfolds over one single night in the fictional California town Modesto, circa 1962. The narrative weaves through multiple intersecting storylines, each representing different phases of teenage life. Talk about main storylines and character arcs. Kurt Anderson is a Dreyfuss, a shy, introspective teen who is doubly leaving his hometown for college on the East Coast. Throughout the film, he wrestles with the fear of change, the desire for independence, and the need to find his own identity. Steve Ballender wrote about Kurt's confident, charismatic best friend who is preparing for college in the East. His relationship with Laurie and his own aspirations become central themes. We talk about Laurie St. Williams, Steve's girlfriend who is unsure about her future and whether she wanted to follow Steve or stay in her hometown. Her character explores themes of love, independence, and the uncertainty of life after high school. And if we talk about In-depth thematic express nostalgia and cultural identity. The film is a masterful load with the early 1960s, capturing the era's music, fashion, slang, and social attitudes. The soundtrack featuring iconic songs like Rock Around the Clock, Surfing Safari, and Good Loving. Not only see it sets a tone, but also evoke a sense of longing for a simpler, more innocent time. We talk about coming of age and personal identity. Characters grapple with defining their identity amid social expectations. God's introspection about college, Steve's aspirations and doubts, and Miller's rebellious independence all illustrates the universal struggle of adolescence to avoid friendship and social dynamics. The film emphasizes the importance of loyalty, peer pressure, and social hierarchies. The interaction among parents highlight camaraderie, rivalry, and the inevitability of change that time brings. We talk about rebellion and freedom. The rebellious spirit is embodied in Milner Scott road racing, Alpha's outsider persona, and the character's pursuit of thrill and independence. These elements speak to the universal desire to break free from constant, carve out one's own path. To our love and heartbreak. The film explores fleeting romance, first love, and the bittersweet nature of teenage relationship, blurry uncertainty about her future and Steve's desire to hold onto their relationship, reflecting universal themes of love and loss. The ephemeral nature of youth. Of the title American Graffiti attitudes classified as transient temporary art like youth itself. The film captures moments that are beautiful but fleeting, emphasizing the importance of cherishing youth before it slips away. Talk about change and transition. The narrative underscores that adolescence is a transcend phase. The characters' experience symbolize the universal transition from innocence to experience and the inevitable passage into adulthood. We talk about cinematic style and artistic techniques. Firstly, talk about direction and cinematography. Direction and cinematography. So Lucas employed a naturalistic, almost documentary style, capturing spontaneous movement that blend authenticity and shots and real location in modest to create a sense of immediacy and intimacy. We talk about lighting and color palette. Bright natural lighting emphasizes the warmth of summer nights and youthful exuberance with the color palette reflect era's vibrant passion and environment. Music integration. The soundtrack is not merely background music but an integral part of storytelling. Songs are carefully chosen to reflect emotional beats and cultural context. We talk about editing and pacing. The film episode structure mimics the unpredictable flow of a teenage night out with seamless transition between storylines. Talk about historical context and cultural significance. American graphite was uh, American graffiti was released during a period of cultural turbulence and in America just before the Vietnam War escalated and countercultural movement gained momentum. It offers nostalgic looks at pre-hippie America, serving as a cultural snapshot of innocence before social upheaval. The film also marked a turning point in Hollywood, demonstrating that stories centered on youth and nostalgia could be both commercially successful and critically acclaimed. To talk about the scene, insights, and production details, development, inspiration, George Lucas drew from his own if we talk about casting and talent, Harrison Ford was cast after impressing Lucas with his charisma before he starred in Star Wars. And if we talk about music and soundtrack production, that soundtrack become a cultural phenomenon, boosting interest in early rock and roll because carefully curated songs to evoke emotional response and cultural authenticity. About the script and editing written by Lucas Hugh and gets the screenplay specialization as the dialogue and allows with capturing his authentic voices. Critical and commercial reception. If we talk about box office crossed over 140 million worldwide, making it one of the highest grossing films of 1973. Critical acclaim praised for its authenticity, humor, and nostalgic charm. Awards nominated for 5 Academy Award winning for Best Original Screenplay. If we talk about enduring legacy and influence, American Graffiti revolutionized the teen film genre influence. The fast time, advertisement, high and superweight. Its bottle of adolescent life music and cars set a new standard. The film nostalgic tone and cultural differences continues to resonate, making it a perennial favorite and a touchstone for understanding American youth culture. If we talk about additional fun fact and lesson on trivia, that it tells the title's origin, the phrase American graphite was inspired by graphite seen on walls during Lucas youth, symbolizing the transient nature of youth. Organization for great outdoors is portrayed of Alpha was crucial in stabilizing him as a leading man. There were authentic cars and cultural the cars featured in the film like the yellow scope are iconic symbol of if you talk about filming location, the film was shot in real Modesto neighborhoods, including the local driving and streets, adding to its authenticity. Talk about budget and profitability. Its low budget of around 7 lakhs contrasted with its enormous box office success amplifying independent filmmaking triumph. We talk about music exhibit. The soundtrack utilized internationally rock and roll music influencing music charts and pop culture. And if we talk about casting and characterizing, many cast members were discovered locally or through one's casting sales. And if we talk about release and registration, and the film has been restored and released multiple times after the anniversary edition, maintaining its relevance. Fita's legacy of title and the idea of letting youth and the transient nature of graffiti art continues to resonate. Peter George Lucas's vision, the director's attention to detail, desire for authenticity made the film a unique blend of a personal history and a cultural commentary. If you talk about conclusion, why American graphite remains timeless. American graphite is not just a nostalgic look at the early 1960s, it's a universal story about adolescence, friendship, love, and change. It's authentic portrayal of teenage life, combined with its iconic soundtrack, memorable character, and cinematic trouble craftsmanship ensure its place as a timeless classic. The film's influence extends beyond entertainment, shaping perception of youth culture and inspiring countless filmmakers. It reminds us that youth is fleeting, but the memories and lessons it leaves behind endure forever. If we talk about more, talk about the most complete in-depth and exhaustive analysis and facts compilation of American Graffiti 1973. Introduction, a cinematic time capsule and cultural phenomenon. American Graffiti stands as a landmark in American cinema, capturing the essence of teenage life, social change, and nostalgic reverie. Directed by George Lucas, the film's profound influence on the vision. Its authentic portrayal of youth culture and its groundbreaking integration of legal narrative has cemented its status as a timeless masterpiece. At its core, American Graffiti is more than a film. It's a cultural artifact that encapsulates optimism, innocence, and inevitability transition of adolescence in 1960 America. Its enduring appeal lies in its universal themes. First, love, friendship, the passage of time, and the bittersweet nature of growing up. From a detailed plot synopsis and narrative structure, Set in the summer of 1962 in the fictional towns of Modesto, California, American Graffiti takes place over a single night but spawns a lifetime of teenage experiences. The film's episodic interconnected stories reflect the device quest of youth, romantic pursuit, social crisis, rebellion, and self-discovery. The main character arcs and into stories. Kurt Anderson said Dreyfuss, a thoughtful, introspective high school senior contemplating leaving his hometown for college. His internal conflict revolves around the fear of change and the desire for independence. His journey is about self-awareness and acceptance. Stable and drawn word. The confident, popular friend who is preparing to depart for college. His relationship with Ryan faces uncertainty, and his story explores themes of ambition and transition. Laboratory Sandy Williams stays a girlfriend who rebels with her own future and whether to follow her heart or social expectation. Her character embodies the themes of love, independence, and uncertainty. If we talk about John Milner, Paul Lehman, the rebellious street racer representing youthful influence and a desire to carve out a personal identity outside social norms is the character embodies the free spirit of the American teenager. About Terry the Toad, Charles Martin's the comic relief awkward may either impress girls with storyline highlights social outsider status and the quest for acceptance. And if you talk about Carol Mackenzie flips, a flirtious girl with a crush on Steve Harris to ride explores teenage flirtation and recognition of adults and humans. Tower of Black Ready is in the scenario self-observed friend who provides community interactions, reflects social outsider themes and teenage insecurity. We talk about Alpha Edison, the rebellious, outside and enigmatic figure who embodies intense rivalry with Steve culminates in iconic classification. Toward key scenes and their significance. If we talk about the road race, race with alpha symbolizes youthful rebellion and thrill of independence. We talk about the driving scene and iconic depiction of teenage social life and flirtation, humor, and Canadian and shock programs celebrate teenage culture, social bonding, and peer acceptance. Double cartridge, a high octane secret symbolize reckless activation of youth and desire for freedom. Talk about the farewell scene, characters confront the reality of growing up, understanding the transient nature of adolescence, the sunrise ending, poetic conclusion symbolizing hope, new beginnings, and passage of time. We talk about profound thematic analysis, nostalgia, and cultural reflection. The film's nostalgia tone is crafted through meticulous period details, music, costumes, slang, and automobiles. The soundtrack featuring timeless humorous used in the 1960s, evoking longing for innocence lost. If you talk about friendship and loyalty, the film emphasizes the importance of friendships, joys, revelries, events for acceptance, explores how peer groups influence behavior and how loyalty shapes identity. We talk about rebellion and search for freedom. Rebellious characters like Miller and Papa embody the adolescent desire to break free from social constraints. Their daring act symbolize the universal craving for independence and self-expression. We talk about love and heartbreak, the fleeting romance and the first loves are portrayed with the tenderness and release. The reason, decision, and stage long underscore the pervasiveness of teenage love. Toward temporal themes and the fragility of youth. The film's title and motives emphasizes the fleeting, ephemeral quality of youth like graffiti, which is temporary and easily erased. The narrative underscored that adolescence is a transient phase, urging viewers to cherish these moments. Character journey symbolizes the inevitable transition from youth to adulthood. The film captures the bittersweet realization that change is constant and growth often involves loss. Towards cinematic craftsmanship and artistic technical direction cinematography. Lucas's direction was a naturalistic style, capturing spontaneous moments with handheld camera and real emotion, creating an authentic feel. The film's episode structure mimics the predictability of a teenage night out. About music and sound design, the soundtrack is a central element, not just background. It is a force that reflects emotional states and personal context. songs are carefully curated for their thematic resonance, the lighting and color palette. Bright natural lighting evokes summer nights and youthful exuberance. The color palette emphasizes vibrance and nostalgia with the film's vivid events in the film's emotional warmth. The word editing and passion. The film's episodic editing style mirrors the unpredictable, spontaneous nature of raw scenes with seamless transition and pacing that keeps viewers engaged, immersed. The word historical and cultural context. American Graffiti was released during a pivotal period in American history just before the cultural upheavals of the 1960s. It reflects the pre-Beatles, pre-hippie America, luxury, nostalgia, and ideal before social upheaval. The film also marked a turning point in Hollywood filmmaking, demonstrated that stories about youth and nostalgia could be commercially successful and critically acclaimed. The work behind the scene and production inside toward inspiration and development. Dreyfuss drew from Owen's teenage experience in Modest, California. He wanted to create an authentic portrayal of teenage life, blending personal history with cultural observation. Peter broadcasting and talent discovering Harrison Ford was cast after impressing Lucas with his charisma, creative Star Wars. However, when actors were discovered locally or through open auditions emphasizing authenticity, that ensembles cast chemistry and contributed significantly to the film's brilliant After our 28th place in years knowledge neighborhoods, driving suggestions, used sexual cars and teenagers from the local community. The low budget of approximately 7 lakhs contrasted with its blockbuster success, exemplifying independent filmmaking triumph. If we talk about music and soundtrack production, the soundtrack which became a cultural phenomenon was carefully curated to evoke specific emotional response and cultural authenticity. It played a crucial role in the film's success and lasting legacy. Screenplay and editing. The screenplay emphasized the soundtrack which became a perfect phenomenon was carefully curated to evoke specific emotional response and cultural authenticity. It played a crucial role in the film's success and lasting legacy. Toward screenplay and editing. The screenplay emphasized authentic dialogue and teenage vernacular, capturing the natural speech patterns of the era. Editing was designed to reflect the spontaneous nature of a teenage night out, from critical and commercial reception. Box office grossed over 140 million worldwide, making it one of the highest grossing films of 1973. Covered critical praise, lauded for its authenticity, humor, and nostalgic. Without awards and nomination. Received I Oscar nomination winning for Best Original Screenplay. It critical success cemented its place in cinematic history. Talk about legacy and culture. Impact. American refined perform impressed the teen and coming of age and inspiring film like Dazed and Confused, fast-pacing. It also played a key role in launching the careers of many actors, notably Harrison Ford and Richard Dreyfuss and stabilized Dreyfuss as a major filmmaker that influence on popular culture. It sees forms and characters are iconic. The film utilized interest in early rock and roll car culture, especially boat roads and street racing gained genuine popularity due to the film. The release and restoration of the film has been restored and re-released multiple times, often in special edition for the anniversaries, gaining popularity demonstrates its timeless appeal to traditional trivia and lesser-known facts. Token origin of the title. The phrase American Graffiti was inspired by graffiti seen on walls because youth symbolize the fleeting, transient collaboration for breakout role is Border of Box from Howard's pivotal in struggling leading to star. So it was a review of the movie. I hope you like it. If there was any mistake, then I apologize for that. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.